Hey, Drummerzone, Russ Miller here. We're at the Mapex display at NAMM 2017, and they're introducing the new Mapex Design Lab, which is a whole new sect of Mapex design for drums. And the first offerings are the Design Lab snares. There's 4 new snare drums. And what's really interesting and unique about this is that the Design Lab is based upon 2 major things. The first is what they call a concept hybrid, and that is taking a couple sonic ideas or voices and combining them together in a very specific way for an instrument. For instance, with the new Equinox snare drum, it's the concept hybrid is classic, bright, and articulate. And this is a 5.5 by 14 all maple shell with rings top and bottom, 4-ply. It's double vented for dryness. It's got chrome over copper single flanged hoops with claws on it for that sort of classic jazz open sound. It's very clean, very articulate drum. It's got great sensitivity. You can see there's no extraneous buzz in the snare drum. They got the right snare bed depths, and of course the taper to the snare bed. Staggered lugs for a wider tuning range. And then one of the other things about the Design Lab is the Sonic Clear attenuation system, which is going to show up on all the products in Design Lab, but in this particular line of snare drums it shows up with a new finish, which is called the SAS Satin finish, and it's a rubbed oil finish. You're not looking at a veneer or anything like that. This is the actual drum. This is the black SAS satin finish, and it allows the drum to resonate or vibrate to its fullest potential. So there's no effect of the finish whatsoever on the drum. For instance, if you think about having no finish, where the wood can totally resonate completely, or the opposite of that, wrapping it with a plastic wrap would inhibit the thing from resonating a lot. This is as free as the drum can resonate and still have a finish on it without looking like bare wood. So this is the black SAS finish, and then there's natural SAS finishes on the Cherry Bomb. So this is a classic sort of sound, of vintage controlled and precise sound, and there's 2 sizes, 5.5 by 13, 6 by 14, and you can hear the really old school sounding vintage dry sound. I love that sound, but I have a lot of vintage snare drums in my collection, but of course the hardware on those drums and everything is not that great because it was so long ago. So it's great to have that sound, but with modern hardware and features on it. And then the other one is the Heartbreaker, it's called. This is a very dark sound. It's mahogany, 6 by 14, rings top and bottom, deeper snare bed, big taper, double vented. It's got the Sonic Saver hoops on it. That controls the sound and focuses it downward. So you end up with a real sort of classic rock drum sound, the AC/DC snare drum sound, or one of those kind of things. That's the Heartbreaker, and there's a lot of science, a lot of testing. It's a specific voice in each drum, and a new level of execution, I think, for Mapex in their design. So that's the Design Lab.